And in this case, it would be tens of thousands, if not millions of people. Chemical agents could be launched into the South Korea from the north. All sorts of bad things could happen. And I'm just thinking, let's just, alleviate that. And they could go a lot of different places on the planet to take these people in, to get the people out temporarily. Because nobody in any country, civilized society, is going to want to see mass casualties from a war from a madman. Nobody's going to want to see that. It can happen, and it needs to happen, in my opinion. And if people don't heed that advice right now and use every method possible to alleviate casualties and carnage, to me, it would just, we have the technology, we have the manpower, we have enough people on this planet that can manage. It would be a huge undertaking, don't get me wrong. But if anybody can get the job done in coordination, it could be the Americans can do it. We can do it with the UK. We can get help from other allies to do this with their planes. We're not the only one that has military transport planes. But we could certainly manage the production of it and get the people out. If you think it's a great idea, if you have anything to add to this, we'd like to hear from you at forthepeopleshow.com, on our Facebook, Talk to Keith Allen. Is it a crazy idea? Or do you think when perhaps Pyongyang maybe catches word that these flights are going in and out and they're monitoring the situation, or at least getting some intelligence, will they just start firing because they know that something's inevitable? My idea is to start it, sooner rather than later, just as a precautionary, in case something happens. God forbid, we don't want anything to happen, but just because, in case diplomatic efforts don't work out, we're allowing people to leave if they want to leave. And maybe it doesn't need to be mandatory. To me, I would make it mandatory just to guarantee that, they're not able to get the upper hand and kill as many people as he'd like to kill, because he's already said he's going to do it. Our THAAD missile system seems to be working well. We need more of them. So hopefully they'll be dispatched in Alaska and other places because, again, folks, they have already demonstrated that they have ICBM capabilities, and they're working with Iran. So God knows what's coming in to their shores. God knows what's being shipped in through other channels through China. Oh, yeah, folks, because China's not being a big help, folks. They're just not being a big help. We're not getting help from them because they're still bussing in supplies, so to speak, shipping in whatever the heck Kim wants. You think the folks over there are getting the stuff? Of course not. His military, they're getting fed. Oh, yeah, all his folks who are making those missiles are getting fed. They're probably eating the Swiss cheese. All of them. Swiss cheese for everybody. And American beer. He loves American beer, not the imports. Likes the American beer and Swiss cheese. Yum. Enjoy yourself. This stuff is not nice stuff to talk about, but folks, eventualities, things that are really on the horizon and are not comfortable. But when you have technology that is able, these rogue nations, to launch into outer space, they could have trajectory courses that would take out military satellites. Think we'd be ready for that? Taking out our GPS satellites, where military uses, they know where these satellites are. You could do a lot of damage. And like I say, Ronald Reagan, I've said this time and again, he was a visionary. He knew the next frontier would be outer space and the protection of our satellites and things that are happening in outer space that we need, that we rely on those satellites, internet, tracking, being able to see things on the ground, spy satellites, etc. They're there. And every other country practically knows where they are in the sky, and they can track these things. And now we know that North Korea, they launched above the International Space Station. Did you know that with the ICBM launch? It went higher than 350 feet above the International Space Station. So if it's an ICBM missile, you can control it. You can control it, where it goes, what it does, and what's there in the cone of that missile. We're going to be watching it, but they say a launch is imminent, and they say from Iran and North Korea any day. Could happen today. It would be tonight in North Korea, and then in Iran, positioning at about the same time. Was it a coordinated effort to have everybody on guard? And they say it's a satellite over in Iran. We don't know if it's a satellite. What is it? We don't know. But North Korea and Iran have been accused of sharing missile technology, both of them together. The very first missiles we saw in Iran were simply copies of North Korean missiles. This is Jeffrey Lewis. And who Jeffrey Lewis is? He's a missile proliferation expert at the Middlebury Institute of International Studies at Monterey. Okay, so he knows a little something of this. He says, over the years, we've seen photographs of North Korean and Iranian officials in each other's countries, and we have seen all kinds of common hardware. U.S. officials are skeptical, however, that North Korea and Iran are conducting their rocket and missile launches. Well, Iran insists its space program is for peaceful purposes. Officials have long said any components used to put a satellite into orbit can also be used for building an intercontinental ballistic missile capable of hitting the United States. We know this. And in UN Resolution 2020-31 says Iran is called upon not to undertake any activity related to ballistic missiles designed to be capable of delivering nuclear weapons, including launches using such ballistic missile technology, according to the text of the agreement, in which went into effect days after the landmark Iran nuclear agreement that was engineered by the Obama administration. Well, guess what? You don't think there's reason to be concerned? You just heard it. They're doing it. You know, this is the kind of story that you just wish you didn't know about with information, but you got to know, and knowledge is important, and sometimes it kind of stresses you out a little bit, and I'm not trying to do that, but I don't want to water it down. I'm just giving you the facts here. And it seems like that Congress is losing patience with both Iran and North Korea, and the House of Representatives on Tuesday overwhelmingly passed 419.3 new sanctions targeting Iran, North Korea, and Russia, due in part to Iran and North Korea's missile programs. So it's real, folks. They're on it. And we're monitoring the situation. I am praying that there is a peaceful solution to all of this, but they are definitely testing us, and our patience is wearing rather thin. We'll be back with much more of For the People when we continue here on this Wednesday. Our website is forthepeopleshow.com. Say hello. We'll be back.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us. It went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please call or go online with your gift right now.
Get ready, get set for 123 Ready TV, the brand new app that everyone's talking about for your PC or Android device that allows you access to most every movie or TV show ever made. Sound incredible? Well, it is, because once you pay $19.99, that's all you pay. Just the movies and TV shows you like without the hassle. The internet streams everything already. What 123 Ready does is it finds them, then delivers them directly to you, commercial-free. There's nothing quite like it, and it's available now at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. And before you buy 123 Ready TV, watch the video and see how simple it is to start watching all those movies and TV shows. If you like movies and TV shows, but don't enjoy paying for all of them, no problem. Just pay $19.99 and start enjoying countless titles and entertaining TV better than anyone. Get your 123 Ready TV for $19.99 at forthepeopleshow.com. Just click on the store page. Some things in life need a little attention. Like a plant. If not watered, it begins to turn brown. But if watered properly, its leaves turn green again. Like a plant, For the People needs watering too. Your thoughtfulness provides sustainability for us to grow and reach our full potential. You see, For the People depends on you to broadcast this program to help inform and educate folks so you can make a difference right where you are. Grab your watering can and join us as we endeavor to make a difference in people's lives each and every day. To donate, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Just look for the watering can and water as much as you can. At For the People, our garden is full of opportunities, and planting something allows others to enjoy the benefits. At For the People, our mission is simple. Give you the news that matters with good old-fashioned common sense, mixed with a conservative point of view. Simply log on to our website at forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. Thanks for your support. And growing across America, thanks to you, listener-supported For the People with host Keith Allen. That would be me. So appreciative of you joining us. If you enjoy the show and you just find yourself addicted wildly to the broadcast, please let other people know about the show. You are our best voice to be able to let folks know around your city, your town, that you listen to the broadcast. Let them know what station you listen to. The frequency is the most important besides the call letters, but frequency first, and then when you listen. And if you're listening online because your station doesn't carry it, well, listen online and then tell your radio station about the broadcast, and maybe they'll actually carry the radio show. Steve Scalise, the whip of the house. Remember Steve Scalise? He got shot during the fundraiser in Alexandria. Well, he has been released from the hospital and going to rehab. Praying for him, but it took a really bad turn probably about 3 weeks ago to a month where he got this infection, and it was, according to doctors, they anticipated all along, but it looked like things were going south for him. But he's been released from the hospital, and now they say he's going to begin some long rehab to be able to, walk around, just be able to get back to normal. But that's a good sign that he's getting out of the hospital and rehabilitation for the whip. So that's good news, and your prayers and your thoughts and all that for Scalise's family and him as well. But I think he'll be making a full comeback, and I think it's magnificent. And what a spirit, what a fighter Steve Scalise is. Now, the first hour, if you didn't get to listen to the broadcast, we're talking about the investigation that's going on And House conservatives are gunning, and have been, but even more now. A group of House conservatives